Welcome back to Southern Utah. In this video, I'm going to show you the complete trip from downtown Cedar City, Utah, all the way to Duck Creek, Utah, which is also called Duck Creek Village. So we are heading north right now on Main Street in Cedar City, Utah. We can see the commercial lease space on the right-hand side. We see plumbing supply store on the left-hand side, barbershop. This is the GMC dealership on Main Street on the left. And as we come up to Center Street, we're going to take a right turn. Center Street is the same as Highway 14 in Utah. If we turned left on Center Street, it would take us into SUU College campus. And as we turn right, it will take us up the 14 and all the way to Highway 89, except Duck Creek is actually closer than that. So I'll show you right here. If we went north, it's 130. We're going to turn right on Highway 14. This is the city offices in front of us on the right, and then shopping on the left here. This is the main historic downtown of Cedar City, Utah. So we are going to take a trip from downtown Cedar City, Utah, all the way to Duck Creek Village. On the right-hand side, there is the HV sales, and then we also have a school. The East Elementary School is just getting remodeled as of the time of this video. It was completely torn down and rebuilt, so it's still under construction right there. And then there is this place, this little park on the right hand side. But real quick, there's a sign that says Cedar Breaks is 21 miles away, Navajo's 26, Duck Creek is 29, and Bryce Canyon is also on this road. So on the right hand side, there's this place called Canyon Park. That is a pretty neat little park. There's two sides of it, and then a little stream that runs between them. So we have another 38 minutes until Duck Creek. So from the time you lose cell phone service, which is basically the mouth of the canyon, all the way to Duck Creek is about 35 minutes. Also, they recently rebuilt the wash with the riprap rock on the sides. So that's all been recently redone. We did have some major flash floods in the past. Right now it's running pretty low. It's the end of July 2026 at the time of the recording, and the water is pretty low. It's also holiday weekend, so there will be a lot of traffic in the rest of the video here. So we see on the right hand side there's this thing called Coal Creek Trail. It's a very neat little walk. And then there's the Red Hollow Trail on the left, also a great hike. The Red Hollow actually goes up that mountain on the left, quite up into the canyon there. It's quite amazing. But on that right-hand side, there's a bike path looking walk trail. You can actually walk up the side of the canyon a bunch. There's a little waterfall overflow dam on the right-hand side right there. We just passed it. On the left here, we see what is called Rusty's Ranch House, and they have some delicious steak, seafood, ribs, a lot of good stuff there. On the left hand side is also a more private property that's being mined right now. I want to say it's a gypsum mine, but I'm not 100% sure on that. On the right hand side, we're still parallel. This road will follow the wash for a long time, and that trail is on the other side of the wash there. So hiking trail. There are a few pull-out spots. If you have an emergency, you need to pull out the road. This is such a beautiful drive in the fall time. The colors, I don't think I've ever seen something so beautiful in nature besides the drive up this in the fall. There's a couple of weeks where it's prime color with yellow, green. It has the red rock, it's got the white rock. It's just so gorgeous. And if you like to walk around in the little stream, the water is always fun, sometimes a little bit cold. If you're watching this video, you need to help me understand how I can help more by just drop it in the comments where you're coming from, what questions you have, and I can answer them in the next video. I do go around southern Utah a lot and do a lot of highlight videos for local businesses and also just traveling like this. If you like this type of video in southern Utah, exploring the beautiful Cedar City Mountain, then you could go check out the other video where I took you all the way to Redhead, Utah. That is pretty neat. This is the wash on, it's a little bit farther off the side on the right. On the left hand side is more hiking. Again, we do have a lot of traffic. This is not normal at all. It's just on the holiday weekends. This is the return time for the people camping all weekend. In a little bit here, you'll be able to see the bottom side of Cedar Breaks, which is so extremely gorgeous. It has the red rock. It looks a lot like Bryce Canyon National Park, except on a much smaller scale. There's this lookout on this mountain that's called the C. It's just a big C shape that stands for Cedar City. And you can go up there and look out over the Cedar Valley, and it's so gorgeous. It is several hundred feet higher than town, and it is in the some weather you actually get above the clouds. Sometimes you can actually get up on the lookout and the clouds will be below you and you get to see the top of the clouds. And also this, if I turn right on this road, it can take me past the sea, but it will also take me to Kolob Reservoir, which is gorgeous, and then it'll tie back into Zion National Park on the south side of this mountain. This is Milt's Steakhouse. They're open every day from 5 to 9 p.m. They have some delicious salmon. I actually ate there 3 days ago. I've eaten there a lot. They have delicious desserts, and they do steak. We passed the sign on the left that said Redhead 25 minutes. This is one of the very few ways to get to Redhead. We can go up the 14 and then turn left on the Highway 143 and get over to Redhead, or you can go north on I-15 to Parowan, Utah, and go up the 143 from Parowan, Utah. If you look at this scenery in the fall, it will blow your mind with the colors. It's so beautiful. Up here just a little bit more, we did have a landslide. It covered up the old road a long time ago. I'll kind of show you that. If you drop off the hill right by this landslide, there is a extremely gorgeous hike. You can hike down off the hill down to the water. And then you kind of hike up the water. Up the waterway for hours, many hours. This is a little bridge that the stream goes over right here. And then right just ahead there we can kind of see the landslide. the road actually went more of a straight path underneath this hill of dirt. Now it swerves really sharp here and then goes around the landslide. So you can see straight ahead. On the left-hand side where all of these vehicles are is where the trailhead to that hike is. You're able to hike down off this hill right here. It drops down really deep into a stream, and then you hike up the stream from there. And it takes you all the way up to that little valley there on the left. In the winter, this is a slippery road, and there's a lot of water and icicles. You do have to be very careful up here in the winter. On the right-hand side, you see in the cold point of the runoff after the winter, you'll see icicles draining off the side of this rock on the right-hand side there. Also, this is a very gorgeous place to ride a motorcycle. So you will see motorcyclists here, but I also encourage you to try it. It really is amazing. We have another 27 minutes to Duck Creek Village. I'll show you some more of this stuff. We do see a lot of rock climbing and rappelling on the left-hand side right here. There is a little bit of a pullout. There's some small hikes going up from these small pullouts. On the left there was the rock rappelling. I zoomed out so you can see a little higher. These are very tall trees. It feels like you're in the forest. And it's only been 12 minutes since Cedar City, and we're already in the heart of the mountain. A lot of camping up here, a lot of fishing, a lot of hiking. ATV riding is super popular here. This is a major highway that takes the traffic from I-15 over to Highway 89. So there is a lot of slow trucks going up this hill a lot. And we just have to be patient, wait for the passing lane. It's just so tight of a mountain road. If you turn right there is residential housing and private properties. On the left, there's some more hiking. This is actually called the Southern Utah University Mountain Center on the right-hand side. And then we'll, as you can start to see right here, you see the bottom side of Cedar Breaks in that red rock. This is one of the most beautiful places to visit because of the variety we can get. So if you turn right here, it's called Wood Ranch Recreational Area. It's an Iron County thing. There is pavilion, place to stay, camp, there's a little pond called Kids Pond. They have like a tradition that it's 12 years old and younger for people in fishing in the pond. It's not like a rule, I don't think. It's like a tradition. So we just bring the kids up there, have a good time at the pond, in the pavilion, and also in the winter, that's a great place for tubing down the hill. You hike up the hill and ride your tube or sled down. We're coming up on the S curve. The S curve for this side of the mountain. It'll get really steep here. As you can see right there, that is the Cedar Breaks. Again, a lot like Bryce Canyon National Park, but much smaller. This S curve is pretty steep. Sometimes in the winter it's slippery, and a lot of times big heavy haul trucks actually go really, really slow up this because of how steep it is. And it's common to see people burning their brakes coming down. So you do want to be careful with that. If you're towing a trailer, make sure your trailer has good brakes. It's so gorgeous coming up here to Duck Creek because of the weather. It's automatically 18 degrees cooler than St. George, Utah. And right now, St. George, Utah is 95 degrees at noon and sometimes 115 degrees in the middle of the day. That's the final look of the bottom side of Cedar Breaks that we'll see. We'll get up top there. You can actually pull off the side of the road off of Highway 143 and you can look over that and you can see this road that I'm driving on. This is how the downhill mountain bikers get up to the trail that's called Blowhard Trail. It's on the Blowhard Mountain. And I think it's because of how windy it is. That's where it got its nickname. You can actually ride a mountain bike down this mountain right here, all the way down to about where that rock climbing and rappelling was. So many thousands of feet in elevation change. I love to go up here to Snowmobile and snowboard. That's always a good time. This road on the right hand side is called Webster's Flat, Deer Haven Campground. If you're going to Deer Haven Campground in Cedar Mountain, you turn right at that point and you go down there and camp. Great place to camp. It's super peaceful. Again, it's close to the amenities you need because we're actually only 20 minutes from Walmart, or maybe 25 minutes from a local grocery store. On the right hand side, you can actually look over this lookout and you can see Zion National Park. I will pull off the road and I'll show you. There's this lookout point, and you can actually visualize a bunch of Zion National Park from Highway 14 on Cedar Mountain, about halfway from Cedar City to Duck Creek Village. These are more of the beautiful colors. I have never seen this much traffic on this road. It is definitely the holiday. As you get up right here to the top of this hill, there's this little pullout spot. I'll show you the view of Zion National Park from here. And then we'll get right back on the road. You can see those mountains are part of Zion National Park. It's about an hour and a half drive from here. You get to see all the beautiful scenery all the way out. That is so colorful. In the fall time, that valley is so colorful. It's got yellow, red, green, black, gray, white. Zion National pops with that white mountain rock. On the right hand side, this is one of my favorite places to ride snowmobiles. Thick trees and quick access to the parking lot right up on the left hand side here in a minute. On the left is a little bit of a meadow. We oftentimes have construction going on here because of the extreme weather conditions. Beats the road pretty good. On the right hand side is a big meadow. Great place to snowmobile in the winter. You turn left right here onto Highway 143. Or 148. I'm not actually sure which. Yeah, it's 143. You turn left right there, and that'll take you to Bryan Head and to Cedar Breaks, and it'll take you all the way to Parowan if you continue on that road. As we continue around this corner, we still have another 14 minutes to Duck Creek Village, but we can see there's this place called Deer Valley on this mountain. That's a great place for snowmobiles. And if you want to ride snowmobiles on Cedar Mountain, you could send me a message on Instagram. That would actually be pretty fun to go out and ride with you. One of the most incredible parts of this entire mountain is how much lava rock there is. There's no volcanic peak, but there's a lot of lava rock. It's like a black rock that's really extremely hard. And it almost seems like it's metal with holes all over in it. So it's really intriguing. If you could see right in front of us, that black stuff is the lava rock I'm talking about. Right above those trees. And you'll see it randomly down towards Navajo Lake. There's this big lake on the mountain here. It's called Navajo Lake, and there's actually a scenic lookout above the lake. But this is where people go boat, bring the boat in, or we actually fish there a lot. There are some camping spots there. It's so gorgeous. It drops down way lower than the highway, so you're in the kind of the canyon, and you get to see the gorgeous colors in the fall time all the way up the sides of the canyon, the full length. Pretty incredible. We do see some random lava right here on both sides of the road. You go from red dirt to white dirt, and then it again just has random spots where there's lava rock. We are getting a little bit of rain here late July 2026. We got some more meadows right there on the right hand side. Such a gorgeous place. In the winter, you can access this entire valley with the snowmobiles, and you can actually turn right at that point right there, and you can ride up the valley. We do have a fire restriction here, so no campfires. A lot of it has to do with the drought, it's really dry. This is what's called the Deer Hollow recreation area on the right hand side. You could turn right there. Pretty incredible. Again, the most amazing thing about Cedar City is how close it is to so much outdoors variety. There's not any particular sacrifice that we have to make. If we like motorcycling, there's a great place to do that. If we like to snowmobile, there's a great place to do that. If we like to camp, there's a great place for that. If we like to fish, hunt, hike, and then there's also shopping. You know, we have great shopping in St. George, Utah, and that's only 1 hour south of Cedar City. Comment below why you're visiting. That would be awesome to read the comments. Right here on the right hand side is the scenic overlook of Navajo Lake, and I'll show it to you real quick. People are out there on their boat. That's the lake right there. And when it's really high, it actually flows over top of that straight dam, and it'll fill up this other side. It goes all the way down that way. It's pretty incredible how much the water level fluctuates. We go from a low water level, and then it will also fill up and then fill up over top of that big dam, and the east side will fill up. There's a bunch more lava rock on the east side of the lake, and then more of a sandy feel on the west side. So we'll continue on here, and I showed you the lake, but you cannot access the lake unless you drive past the lake. And as the road starts to dive down the east side of Cedar Mountain, then you take a right-hand corner, turn right up here, and that is where you can access the lake. That's the only point from this side. You can access the lake on ATVs if you go the back road. That's a lot of lava rock. You can see some on the right-hand side there. This is where you turn to go to the North Fork and also the Navajo Lake campground, fishing, hiking. We'll continue on Highway 14 going east. And Navajo Lake is only 5 minutes away from Duck Creek. So a lot of people that camp in Duck Creek or rent a weekend stay in Duck Creek will actually go visit Navajo Lake because it's the closest one. Penguich Lake is close to Duck Creek, but it is more north. So it's a little bit longer of a drive to go to Penguich. We'll go around a couple more corners, and then we'll enter into the Duck Creek Village, which is inside of, it's goes by multiple names. It is Duck Creek, Utah. There's some lava rock on the left. Again, it's so random. Trees don't grow in straight rock, but it literally looks like it's just rocks. And then there's trees growing through it. And I believe it's because it has a top layer of lava rock and then good soil underneath to grow. And we see the tailings of like a fire a long time ago. There's a lot of dead trees. There's a place you can actually turn left right here and get to the Duck Creek campgrounds, which is halfway between Navajo Lake and Duck Creek Village. We see there's the visitor center on the right hand. If you turn right, you get to kind of tour the visitor center there. On the left, there's a little pond right here that's actually water, and people are out there fishing right now. You can get a kayak out there. It's a little shallow, but it's always a good time to enjoy the little bit of water there is. This is our final curve before we have an little S curve here. Again, there are just so many incredibly beautiful places here. One of my favorite parts of Duck Creek Village is the fact that it's just it is a hideaway from the big cities. You can go from the city to the heart of the mountain in 40 minutes. And you can live here, and it's just a small town. The people are respectful. There's a few small stores. It's just a good time with great people. And we can see you actually turn right to go to the Village Inn if you rented the Duck Creek Village Inn. We're going to go left for the shopping center and kind of the downtown feel. And then as we pull into Duck Creek Village from the Cedar City side of Highway 14, we take a left at the Welcome to Duck Creek sign, and we can see there is almost like a frontage road across this bigger road that kind of follows the shape. Straight ahead of us is Crazy Mike's. It's a great place to eat. And then we go right here, we see this little food trailer. On the left-hand side right here is Prime Polaris Adventures. And if you guys use the discount code SteveHolm10, you actually get 10% off your rental. And then on the left we have the Aunt Susie's, and then we have the Mountain Life Off-Road. You can rent side-by-sides there. And then we continue going right here. We have Hot Mama's Pizza and Brew on the left. And then we have the Falcon's Nest Stay right here. Beautiful place to stay. Whether you're here for a weekend or if you want to buy something up here, it's just so gorgeous. Utah Adventures Outfitters, side-by-side rentals, DC Pub Grill. This is a great place to eat. I love their steak Philly. And there is also the Duck Creek Adventures here with the more side-by-sides. This place is known for the ATVs because you can ride them straight from the rental shop all the way out to the mountain. On the left is Loose Wills. They repair snowmobiles. They sell snowmobiles. We can see a bunch of Razors and snowmobiles on the left. I've got my snowmobile repaired there a lot. And then as we come right here, we have on the left, it's the Lofty's Nest. And then this is Ground and Toasted in Duck Creek Village, the coffee shop. It's so awesome. I went in there. It's friendly, good stuff, great drink, good snack, pastry, stuff like that. That's always a good time. This is the frontage road I was talking about. There is all that meadow out there. And then this right here is actually the other side of the little village. And this is the Highway 14. So you can see that it is similar to a frontage road where it parallels it. And we head back towards Cedar City on the Highway 14, and all that stuff's on the right hand side. A bunch of the residents here are actually up on the mountain there on the right hand side, and then behind us a little bit. We'll go right up here and then we'll turn again. There is a hillside inn rental on the left hand side there. This is the main commerce of the village, what we just barely saw. So that is amazing, and I sure appreciate you guys coming with me on the tour. I hope you enjoyed your little visit to Cedar City, your virtual visit to southern Utah, up the Duck Creek Village trip. And if you guys want to see more, I have another one about Brian Head. I already did one about downtown Cedar City. If you guys are interested in that, you can get a virtual tour. But also, if I'm missing something, drop it in the comments, send me a message on Instagram, and I can build a new video about something completely different. But for now, I'm going to meet someone at the Hot Mama's Pizza and Brew. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.